Attention the police. Come out with your hands above your head. We have the place surrounded.
You'll never take me alive, coppers.
Put your hands up and get on the ground. We won't hesitate to shoot.
You wouldn't dare to shoot, especially not when I'm holding these. By God. Command, what kind of maniac are we dealing with here?
Careful, boss. This maniac has broken into the museum and stolen the last pack of Chinese cigarettes on the entire planet. If he smokes one of those, there's no telling how much swag he'll gain. It might destroy the entire planet.
Then we have no choice but to comply with his demands. What do you want from us, you maniac?
My demands are simple. I just want some good video games to play. Just one good video game is all I ask, please.
You absolute fool. There are no more good video games left. You will play the live service slot games, and you will like it.
I thought you might say that. Then you've given me no choice but to smoke the Chinese cigarette. His swag is unbeatable! Retreat! Retreat! Good evening, gamers. As many of you gamers know, the state of the world and the state of gaming in general has been looking pretty bleak lately. Private equity has finally completed its violent takeover of the video game industry, leaving most AAA releases mediocre, hollow, profit incentive-driven messes. Back in the day, about 2 or 3 console generations ago, game developers were really pushing the envelope of what their hardware was capable of and just trying to make as good of video games as possible. Nowadays, this is not the case. Most video games are pushed out to be the same type of game, the same live service game, the same open world game, and video games are really just designed to be pushed out as cheaply and efficiently as possible. There are thousands of videos covering this topic and complaining about it more efficiently than I can, but the important thing to note from this is that the end result of this being worse and games being worse is that we gamers have much less games to look forward to. That's why, gamers, today I think it's very important that I talk about Beta Decay. It's a game that is so ambitious, I doubt it's going to be good, but if it is good, it could save the entire video game industry. If you clicked on this video, you're probably familiar with this game, but for those unfamiliar, Beta Decay is a supposed open-world, post-apocalyptic, dystopian, sci-fi, multiplayer RPG that's going to have gang mechanics, survival mechanics, and overall different types of missions that you can do in this post-apocalyptic environment to survive on the Alpha Centauri system. It's a brutal open-world survival like Kenshi, mixed with dystopian horror and sci-fi elements as well as multiplayer components to make a truly immersive post-apocalyptic sci-fi experience for the aspiring gamer. This game promises that you can do everything from pilot a mech in a realistic mech pilot simulation to take over swaths of the battlefield for paramilitary corporations to clearing out sewers of horrific monstrosities with your teammates. Or you can start your own post-apocalyptic gang and start taking over swaths of the post-apocalyptic wasteland with your mafia. Basically, this game is is promising to be the ultimate post-apocalypse dystopian game. And the third-person gun combat and gameplay that I've seen looks like some of the smoothest third-person combat to have ever come out of a video game. These developers are really trying to push the envelope in all facets, and if this game comes out and it's actually good and successful, it's going to be one of the best games of all time, period. But I want that to be the biggest crux of this statement. If this game comes out, if it's good, and if it's not completely over-delivering on all of these promises. I am a gamer. I, as a gamer, am very hopeful that this game is good, but it's just offering way too many systems to balance that I think it might either get canceled early or just be trapped in early access hell when it comes out. Or it could be another case of a Steam dev using a low poly PS1 aesthetic and completely hyping their game up on aesthetics alone, and then when it comes out, it's kind of okay, unfinished, or mid. Like games kind of like Parapatia that I've covered before on this channel. That was a game that also had a PS1 aesthetic and promised a futuristic breakcore style of immersive sci-fi RPG akin to like Deus Ex, and the reality of the game is 5 somewhat playable broken levels and the bones of a decent video game, but definitely a very under-delivered promise. And I'm not dooming or saying that Beta Decay is going to be that, I'm just giving you examples of games that kind of have had similar hype trajectories as Beta Decay. Me personally, I am banking on Beta Decay being good. I think Beta Decay might be one of the only video games I'm really looking forward to in the future, because it's the only game that seems like it's going to be fun, immersive, and have a multiplayer element that's not saturated with live service cosmetic garbage. To me, Beta Decay is one of the only games looking like it can save the video game industry. And when I say save the video game industry, I'm not talking about this as a business or an industry. I mean the video game industry is an art form, and video games is an art form. If the end result and goal of video games is to put you inside of an immersive fantasy world, I think Beta Decay is one of the only games that can possibly push forward the genre as an art form if it's successful. It genuinely has the potential to be one of the most badass video games of all time, and I am not even capping, or I'm not even just hyping. Like, it's got the potential to be the ultimate video game, and I see it as one of the only games in development right now that's really trying to like push the envelopes of video games as a genre of media. And you know, it might just be a grift, like they might get us, but I think the nice thing about Beta Decay is, based on everything I'm seeing right now, it looks like it's not a grift, and it might actually be a really good video game. I'm gonna hold out hopes that it is. I think Beta Decay is one of the only things I'm looking forward to gaming-wise, 2026, 2027, other than the release of my own game, of course. One of the only things I'm looking forward to, and if Beta Decay comes out, dude, you can bet your ass this is gonna mostly be a Beta Decay channel, because if it's good, it's gonna be one of the only games I'm playing for a fat minute. I need people to play video games with. I need good multiplayer games that aren't just live service shooters, and I can't get any of my friends to play games that aren't live service shooters with me. So I'm really hoping that Beta Decay comes out, and like, you know, I can't play MMOs either, right? Because as you know, most MMOs are also kind of like hot garbage designed to waste your time. I'm really hoping that Beta Decay as a multiplayer game is like a breath of fresh air that's kind of like an immersive RPG that I can get my friends to play, because I swear to God, dude, if they try to get me to play another live service hero shooter or live service shooter that makes all of its money off of cosmetics, I'm going to go insane, gamers. This is why me personally, I've kind of just pivoted to playing single player games, just because there aren't a lot of good games coming out to play with the boys, especially since Gearbox and Randy Pitchford, Randy put the hitch in the ditch, Pitchford ruined Risk of Rain 2. Maybe if a Beta Decay comes out and it's good, we can start a little gang together, huh, gamers? You and me playing games together, conquering the post-apocalyptic wastes. I don't know. It just seems like back in the day, gaming was a little more exciting, and I could get more excited to play games with my friends. And I'm really hoping that Beta Decay is something that breathes new life into the multiplayer genre and kind of makes a new type of immersive game for us to all play with our friends and enjoy and share experiences, because I feel like gaming in general has gotten a little stale, and sometimes that can make me a little depressed. Once this game comes out, or if it releases in early access this year, you can expect to see me cover it just to see if it lived up to the hype or not, and just to kind of, see what the game is about. And hopefully, I'm really optimistic that this is going to be a really awesome game and change gaming positively, and I think it's going to be a really fun game to play here on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really hoping it's good, man. I'm really hoping it's good. Anyways, up next, expect a little bit more channel announcements, as well as we might end up doing a video on Aneurysm 4, a game a little similar, but a little more psychotic than Beta Decay. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about Beta Decay this time, gamers. You stay safe out there, you hear?